Good morning, students. We will continue with solid, liquid and gas chapter. It is part 2, lesson 6, video 5. Today we will discuss about impurities in water. Impurities in water are of two types, soluble impurities and insoluble impurities. Soluble impurities are those impurities which get dissolved in water and not visible through eyes. Insoluble impurities are those impurities they can be seen with our eyes, and these impurities do not dissolve in water. Soluble impurities examples are germs, salt and mineral. Insoluble impurities sand, stone and twigs. Now see soluble impurities. I have taken salt in the spoon. I will put salt inside the water and stir it. When I stir it, it will completely dissolve. It is soluble impurity in water. You can see salt is not visible. It means it is soluble impurity in water which we can dissolve in water, and this impurity cannot be seen by naked. Now I have taken this sandy particle. When I try to dissolve it in water, you are able to see that this impurity or this substance, we are not able to dissolve in it because it is insoluble impurity which do not dissolve in water, and we can see with our naked eye. I think with the eye it is visible that this impurity is not dissolved in the water. See in the book, impurities in water, soluble impurities. There are impurities that get dissolved in water, underline get dissolved in water. They cannot be seen with naked eye. Germs, salts and mineral are example of soluble impurities. So underline these three examples given in the book: germ, salt and mineral. Insoluble impurities, these are impurities that do not dissolve in water. So underline do not dissolve in water. They can be seen with naked eye. Sand, stone and twigs are the example of insoluble impurities. Underline these examples also: sand, stone and twigs. Next is purification of water. Soluble impurities present in water can be removed by boiling, adding chemical like chlorine or potassium permanganate, or by filtration. Underline method: boiling, adding chemical like chlorine, potassium permanganate, or by filtration. Three methods. In this paragraph they have given how we can purify the water from soluble impurities. Insoluble impurities present in water can be removed by these methods. First they have given sedimentation method. Sedimentation, which sort of method it is? When we allow the insoluble impurities present in water to settle down. The impurity that settle down is called sediment. Next method they have given decantation. Decantation is a process that follows sedimentation. So underline follow. It involves pouring out the clear liquid above the sediment into another container. Purification of water. Soluble impurities, how we can remove? By boiling or by adding chemical like chlorine or potassium permanganate or alum. Alum is available at home, so maximum we can use alum. Or boiling is the simplest process how we can make our water purified. See this one. This is alum. This alum, in which way we can remove the impurity? We will take impure water, we will tie it with the thread and we will rotate alum inside it. Then by loading processes inside it, what will happen? Soluble impurities or insoluble impurities both will settle down and we get purified water. Insoluble impurities we can remove by sedimentation method, followed by decantation. Sedimentation, when we keep the glass with the impurities for 5 or 10 minutes, then automatically insoluble substance or impurity, it will settle down. You are able to see at down surface of the glass that impurities are settling down. This method is known as sedimentation. Afterward, we will take another container or glass and then we pour upper clean water in another glass. Then that process is known as decantation. That's why they have written that decantation is a process that follows sedimentation. Next process, filtration. Filtration is a process of removing insoluble impurities present in the water by using filter, like a thin cloth, a stainer or a filter paper. Now I will show you this filtration process. Try it yourself. Take a filter paper, fold it twice. I have taken filter paper, I fold it and then make a cone. Then I place it in a funnel. I don't have the glass funnel, plastic funnel I have. Place it in the funnel and I have poured insoluble impurities carrying water and I put it inside it. In glass, what we will observe, that clean water get collected through the nozzle of the funnel. In this way we can filter or purify insoluble impurities from the water. Next is composition of air. See this diagram, pie chart. Nitrogen 78%, 21% oxygen and 1% other gases are present in the air. 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 0.03% carbon dioxide and other gases are present in the air. Like methane, formula I have written CH4, xenon Xe, argon Ar, neon Ne. These gases also present in the air. Air is mixture of gases, water vapor and dust particle. Atmosphere contains 78% of nitrogen, 21% of oxygen and 1% of other gases, in which 0.03% carbon dioxide, helium, argon, neon, xenon. Already I have written on the board and shown you these gases are present in air. Amount of water vapor present in air in the place at a given time is called humidity. Underline definition of humidity. Place near the sea have high humidity. The places near the sea, they have high humidity. Because air having more water vapor due to evaporation in the sea water, that's why the places near the sea have high humidity. First point, we know when things burn in nature or in open, they need one gas. Which gas help in burning? Oxygen. So oxygen is essential for burning and for all living thing for the respiration. So when we burn the candle, that burning candle need oxygen from air. If we cover the candle with some glass, one experiment I think in previous classes you have read, if we cover burning candle with a glass, what will happen? The supply of oxygen stopped and the candle, it stopped lighting. It stopped lighting. It means it shows that oxygen is necessary for burning process. Carbon dioxide, it is used by the plants for the photosynthesis process and it releases oxygen for the human. So second point, plants use carbon dioxide gas for the process of photosynthesis. Next one, helium gas is filled in the gas balloon. So in gas balloon, helium gas is filled so that we can know the direction of the air. Next, argon gas is filled in the electric bulb to get more light in the room. Neon gas is filled in neon light which give us bright light. See, number of gases present in air, we use them for different purposes. As helium gas is filled in gas balloon, and that gas balloon we use it to know the direction of the air. Argon gas filled in electric bulb to enlighten more light in the room, and neon also filled in the neon light which have more power to bright the darkened area. Now some question I am giving to you for the practice. What are soluble impurities? Second, define sediment. Third, how we can separate sand from water. Fourth, draw diagram for composition of air. Even in previous video related to the same chapter, I have given you question for the practice. I hope you all are doing with the honesty. Thank you.